Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello there. Watch the movie Tinkerbell. Okay, now, I don't have much to say about the movie, but I might have much to say about the movie. First of all, if you're going to take a story that's already from a regular IP, you want to actually roll with it and keep it basically somewhat relatable and somewhat in the universe. First of all, Tinkerbell is, they explained how fairies are made. Good, all well and good. I enjoyed that little bit. And then they explained how Tinkerbell got her name. Her name is Tinkerbell because she's a tinker fairy. She tinkers, she builds, she makes things. How is this a part of Tinkerbell's life? It doesn't make any sense to me. I was confused because why is she the only one named after her profession? Why aren't the wind fairies called wind fairies? Why isn't each one's named Wind? No, she's the only one named Tinker Bell. She got her name because of her profession. It made no sense to me whatsoever from that point. And the whole snobbiness of the other fairy, I was like, she's acting like a pixie, not a fairy. It seemed very all in all, it just didn't seem like a Tinkerbell story. I was expecting references to the Lost Boys. I was expecting, like, this is her point of view, her perspective in the Peter Pan story. Or I was at least expecting her origin story, not a made-up story that serves no place. Because, okay, she's supposed to be really young here, her upbringing, but they have Wendy, Moira, Angela Darling at the end of it, and who's like 8 years old. What, is this 2 years before she met Pan? I mean, it's just like, what does any of this have to do with the world? At least bring in Hook, at least bring in somebody, at least bring them all in passing. The only thing they mention is the lost things. And I'm like, okay, nice, they're bringing in actual, what, and I was like, okay, great. Tinkerbell just wants to be someone she's not, and it's about her accepting. I was thinking, like, with how she was acting, she was going to feel like she didn't have a place, and she was going to find Peter Pan. And then she was going to feel more at home there, not a whole fairy universe which has no place in this IP. At least it didn't feel like it belonged. It felt like it was forced in there. I mean, it's not bad, but at the same time, if you're using an IP, keep it with the story. Intellectual property. So at least keep it relevant, because I don't know what these fairies had to do with Neverland. At least the each segment going off to spring, it just seemed more added on than anything. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I actually had some laughs, but every time I kept wondering, when is Peter Pan showing up? When is she going to get kicked out? Or is she going to find Peter Pan? But it kept dragging on. And when I realized it was over, I was actually a little let down because I had built up expectations, which is the biggest problem for me. I build up expectations in these movies, and it's a kids' movie. I should just love the fact that it was a funny, and just wholesome, but it was just like, but it's Tinkerbell. It's Tinkerbell. There should be. It's Tinkerbell. That was all in my mind the entire time. It's like, this is Tinkerbell. I like Tinkerbell. I like her story. I like everything. And then it just seems like it falls flat when she gets her own movie. I don't know. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!